Hey, my name is Christopher Govro. I'm an owner here at Boomerang Tours and Travel, along with my wife, Shekinah Govro. I wanted to give a shout out to Apple Vacations as well as Amstar. They gave me the opportunity this past week, May 6th through 10th, to fly down to Mexico and see some new properties. This is a time where us travel agents get the opportunity to try some food, check out the beaches, and see the rooms and enjoy the service. That way we can better educate you guys, our clients, on what is available out there. Just alone with my various vendors that we work with, I've got access to over 150 properties in the Cancun Riviera Maya area. To start things off, I wanted to actually show a map of the Cancun Riviera Maya area. I find a lot of people get confused. Cancun is thrown around a lot, and Cancun is such a small portion of where many people go to visit when they visit Eastern Cancun. So here is a map. This is going to be a map of the Riviera Maya Cancun area. Let's see here. Once it pulls up, you'll see you've got the Cancun airport. That's where everybody flies into when you go to Cancun. You've got Isla Mujeres, which is right off the hotel zone. You see there's this little south of the airport. It kind of looks like a 7, the Cancun hotel zone. That's the popular hotel area that people have been sending tourists to since the 80s. That's the original start of the tourist area. Then you head south. That's just you'll see lists of some of the few hotels that are there. Playa del Carmen is a very popular area that many guests go to. It's known for its beaches, its shopping. Then you head even further south, Tulum. There's a lot of hotels that are being built or renovated down in that area. One of my personal favorites is the new Unico 2087, which just celebrated its 1-year birthday in March, so it's been open a little over a year. But again, just to kind of give you the lay of the land, and then even north of Cancun now, we're going to be talking about our very first hotel that I was able to see, which is the Riu Dunamar. Which that opened December 2017, so it is a brand new property that boasts 740 rooms, 5 restaurants, 5 pools with a water slide, as well as a kids club that is for ages 4 through 12. While we were there, we got to see some rooms, and it's about a 45-minute ride north of the airport. Even though in all of the literature and stuff it says about 15 minutes, it does take a little time because they are smaller, more narrow roads. Something cool about this particular property, it's in Costa Mujeres, which is a new development area. And you'll see in some pictures here in a moment, there's construction being done next to it. And what that is, that actually is the palace, Riu Palace that's being built, that's supposed to be open November of this year. This is a family-friendly, all-inclusive, which I know some of you may be familiar, but Riu is an internationally known brand. They have properties all over the Caribbean as well as Western Mexico. And this tends to be a good option for families who do want to be a little more price conscious when it comes to spending their hard-earned dollars on vacation. They're going to have rooms that are going to have 2 double beds or a king option, and can accommodate typically a family of 4, 2 adults, 2 kids pretty easily in the rooms. Then we're going to work our way actually south of this particular hotel, the Riu Dunamar. I had the opportunity to see the Dreams as well as the Secrets Playa Mujeres. One thing about AM properties, all Secrets properties are going to be adults only. That doesn't, if they're in the Caribbean, if they're in Puerto Vallarta, all Secrets properties are going to be adults only, and Dreams are going to be the family-friendly option. The pictures here are going to be of the Secrets. That is a 424 room property, adults only. It's going to offer 9 gourmet restaurants, 7 bars. It is going to be, again, it's going to be absolute luxury. We got to eat lunch there. Phenomenal buffet. You can see some of the food there. I mean, hibachi right there, raw food cooked right there in front of you. And I love seafood, so naturally I filled my plate full of seafood. And at this big resort, your also next door neighbor is Dreams, which is going to be the family-friendly property of 502 rooms. It's going to offer 10 gourmet restaurants, 13 bars and lounges, and it also is going to have a water park. And then it's going to have kids activities for ages 3 through 12 are going to be your kids clubs, and then you also do have some teen-specific areas of the resort and activities for ages 13 to 17. Again, this is a phenomenal family-friendly option north of the hotel zone. And then finally, that first day we got to see the Paradisos. This is in the hotel zone in Cancun. This was my first time seeing this property. I didn't know what to expect with it, and I was actually very pleasantly surprised with what I saw and was able to see on that. It reminded me a lot of a hotel or hotels in Hawaii, mainly because of the lush green vegetation they had growing inside of the resort. You can see right there in those pictures. This is a family-friendly property. So it is a great option, again, in the hotel zone, which is known for its white sand beaches, as well as the wonderful, wonderful waves. And a little about this property. It's going to have 649 rooms, 10 restaurants, 7 bars, and this can have a kids club ages 5 to 12. And this is the only property that I'm aware of that is actually going to have a kids club for ages 1 to 4. They do have babysitting childcare options for kids down to 1. I know I've got a family myself, young kids. I love taking them with us, but it is nice to have a break sometimes to just go have a meal, mom and dad. And after this resort, we actually continued a few doors down. The Secrets the Vine actually hosted our group. This is a phenomenal, phenomenal property in the hotel zone. It's more of a high-rise. It's got over 28 floors. Again, since it is a Secrets property, that makes it an all adults-only property. So the food, the spa, everything that I got to encounter there was absolutely fabulous. It's got 497 rooms, and while we were there, they actually put us up, and we had the opportunity to stay on one of the floors that included a butler. So butler service, phenomenal. Again, Secrets, adults only. If you want an option right in the heart of Cancun, that again puts you close to all of the shopping right there from the hotel. After that, we continued south down to the Azul Sensa Torre. This is a phenomenal family-friendly option that's going to have 435 rooms, 7 restaurants, kids club ages 4 to 12, teen club ages 13 to 17. Again, phenomenal property. One really cool thing about the Azul property is going to have a AAA 5-diamond restaurant on site. It is going to be an additional fee if that's something you're interested in. Smaller beaches, great beaches, but it is not going to be the beaches of Playa, which is further south, as well as Maroma, which is world famous beaches there. This picture here gives you a little bit of an idea. Little shorter, stubbier beaches. compared to some of the big open with not a lot of trees in the Maroma area. Also that same day we got to see the Zoetry. This is in the AM Resorts brands. This is an adults only property that is going to be about as boutique as you can possibly get for a hotel. You've got 90 rooms. So they really, really pay attention to the detail there. You're going to have 4 gourmet restaurants, 2 bars, and this resort is all about relaxing. Health is going to be a lot of what they push with your stay there. And then also while we were there, had the opportunity to go visit. They have a new section that opened up for Zoetry, and this is going to only be 9 luxury villas. This obviously isn't for every client. These are for those who want a once in a lifetime experience. With, again, butler service, and it is called the Impressions. Again, it's 9 luxury suites. You'll see here in a moment pictures that are actually going to show. I mean, you've got a private kitchen, private chef, very, very intimate section, and this is in the Riviera Maya area of Cancun. And yeah, if you have any questions about any of these properties you've seen, I know this is very, very brief. I could go on, spend an hour on each property because they're all so unique in their own unique way. If you have any questions, feel free to email us, message us through Facebook. We'd love to answer any questions you may have, as well as just educate you on the area. And also right now in Mexico as a whole, pricing is very, very competitive. It's not too late to plan your summer getaway or start looking at your fall or Christmas getaway. So we're going to move on now to it's the now Sapphire. This is also in the AM brand, family-friendly resorts. Phenomenal property. Actually had the opportunity to see this. It's on a wonderful stretch of beach. It's about 496 rooms. Has 8 gourmet restaurants, 5 bars, including a swim up, 4 swimming pools. This actually has 2 lit tennis courts. So any of those who want a tennis getaway to go work on their game, a great place to go relax, have the opportunity to do that. It's going to have an Explorers Club for kids ages 3 to 12. It's going to have supervised activities for those kids, and then also a teen zone for ages 13 to 17. And again, this is a family-friendly property. Something that I haven't mentioned, all of the properties that we send people to in Mexico, they're all going to have phenomenal spa service, and that is at an additional cost. They're all going to have non-motorized water sports, which is going to be kayaking, stand-up paddle boarding. Some of them offer snorkeling right from the beach, just depending on if they're good viewing areas for fish that are included in the price. And the only thing that you're paying for is motorized water sports. So if you're wanting to jet ski, do any of the parasailing, or any of those types of activities that would have an additional cost while staying. We finally, the last hotel that actually hosted us that I had the privilege to stay at is the Royal Hideaway. This is a little further south from Riviera Maya and Playa. It was my first time visiting this part of Mexico as well as staying at any properties. I must say that I was very, very pleasantly surprised with just the overall experience at this property. It is, give me one second here. I want to give you the details because this was I would consider it about as boutique as you could get without it actually being a boutique hotel. It only had 200 rooms, which is definitely on the smaller side. It was set up in individual villas. Um, so each villa had a butler concierge available to that building, and it did have a little bit more of a Victorian feel to it as far as the decor. Again, very classy. 6 a la carte restaurants, a dinner theater, 6 bars at this particular property, and then also the beach. I had never again seen a beach in Playa, and I was very pleasantly surprised. It was a big open beach, not a lot of shade, which is great. A lot of space between you and the chairs and the actual ocean itself. One thing I enjoyed one afternoon, we had a free afternoon and had the opportunity to just relax on the beach. And a little further north, there's a little airport. So people were actually skydiving. So it was fun to see the plane go up, people jump out, parachute down, just right down the beach there. Parasailing, so very active. And also walking distance, about a 15-minute walk from 5th Avenue, which is, again, another very popular area of Riviera Maya Playa Car for those who like to shop and have more of an authentic experience. After the Royal Hideaway, we got to go have dinner at the Grand Bayless. This was a little further north in Riviera Maya. Beautiful, stunning property, 539 rooms, 8 restaurants. Most room categories come with a butler concierge service. Kids clubs ages 5 to 12, and teen club ages 13 to 17. Here, while we were there, they actually fed us. I must say it was one of the best meals that I have had in Mexico in a very, very long time. We ate at their Mexican-themed restaurant. And here in a second, you'll see some pictures of that meal. Phenomenal. It was about a 5-6 course meal. One really cool thing about the Grand Bayless is the amenities for families. You will see in some of the pictures here coming up that, I mean, if you've got small nursing children, baby beds, all of those things that young families need when they travel, they actually provide all of that. So you can fly with fewer bags, show up, and they can, I mean, have all the amenities. The little tent is actually a bed. I know my little son Solomon would absolutely love getting to sleep in a tent his whole time in Mexico. Another cool thing about this particular property is, again, just the restaurants. I mean, phenomenal food, and for the size of it, it's very spread out, which I love, the sense of quiet that I got to experience while visiting that particular property. We've only got a few more that I was able to see. The Secrets Maroma. Secrets, again, being an adults-only property located on Maroma Beach, which is one of the top 10 beaches in the world. The sand is a fine, powdery consistency, very much like baby powder. Another cool thing about the Maroma Beach area, you have Maroma Adventures that operates right there from the beach. So if you're looking to snorkel, do any other kind of activities, excursions, ATVing, I think you can go ride camels. Who would have thought, Mexico, right? It's all right there. So if you stay at any of the resorts in that particular area of Maroma, you have access to that very, very close. You don't have to spend a lot of time in a vehicle. Again, stunning as always. They did some room upgrades this year. So if you're familiar with the property, just a facelift, new colors, new furniture. And the crazy thing was the existing stuff was already phenomenal. They just see details and a very important thing, so they want to make sure that they're staying up with, again, furnishings that are expected at a property like Secrets. Again, we'll have some pictures here of the beach that will just show you these big open beaches, white powdery sand. It's going to have the blue-green water that you expect from all of the advertisements of Mexico. Also, the little picture there that shows you some of the top shelf liquor that's going to be available in all of your restaurants and bars. So finally, the Unico 2087. This is going to be about an hour and a half drive from the airport in Cancun. It is one of the newer properties in the Tulum area. It is managed property by Hard Rock. This is an adults-only property. It was by far, I think, one of the favorite properties that I saw while in Mexico. And until you see it in person, the pictures really do not do it justice. It had the beautiful, clean, elegant lines that you would expect from a 5-star adults-only property. One really cool thing about the Unico is even your lead-in room category is a swim out. Not many hotels can boast that, hey, our least expensive room category is a swim out. So there's a lot of value there. Another thing that they're doing different than any other resort right now in the area is so many resorts have resort credits. I know at times those can be very frustrating as a consumer, trying to figure out, how do I use those? How do I get the most for my money? And what they did, they just said, hey, here are our spa services, here are excursions we offer through the hotel. You pay 20% of the list price. So to give you an example, manicure, pedicure, you're looking at about $8 to $10. A 90-minute massage, you're around $30. So if you're really looking to go relax, great place to go. Another cool fun fact is they've got over 20-something ices available for the mixologist, because who would have thought a different ice is going to make a drink taste a certain way. So if food is your thing and an ultimate relaxation, you cannot go wrong with the Unico 2087. Again, the property is just over a year old. It's a brand new build. I don't think you could go wrong going there. And then finally, we've got a family-friendly property that is by far the most unique design and build that I've ever seen in all these years of going down to Mexico. And it is called Xcaret. You may be familiar with that name because of all of the water parks and excursions that they have down in this area of Mexico. It is very famous for their parks. Give me 1 second here. I'll get you the exact details on that. One thing very unique about that property is that you do have the ability, it's truly all-inclusive. So when you pay for the resort, you have access to all of the adventure parks right there. There's a bus that comes around about every 20 minutes that will pick you up and can take you to these various things. You'll see in the pictures there, it's almost like it's a man-made canal that you can take boats to those excursions. You've got some pictures of the spa here. It's one of the most unique spas I've ever been into. It's like walking into a cave that opens up into this cenote, underground cave with salt water that you can just hear running water all around you, dug out into the limestone walkways in this spa. Little boat there that will paddle you to your couples massage. And I actually had the opportunity to eat there. Phenomenal buffet, very authentic Mexican meal. This property is going to price quite a bit higher than a lot of the other family-friendly properties, mainly because your excursions are all included. And again, there is not any other property in Mexico offering anything quite like this. This property, along with the Riu Dunamar, actually opened December 2017. And again, you'll see some of these pictures flashing by. They do not do justice of what it actually looks like in person. And there's a lot of local artisans who have made product or worked on various portions of the property. Here's some pictures of the buffet, authentic meal. One thing too about this property, it's got about 1,800 rooms. It's on the larger side, but it is very spread out for being over 90% occupancy while there. Did not see a lot of people, did not feel crowded. And even for those adults who want to get away and still play and do the adventure thing, there is a section of the resort that is adults only. So it does give you that option. Again, thank you, Apple Vacations, Amstar, for giving me the opportunity to go down and check out some of these properties. Again, if anybody has any questions about any of these particular properties, I know it was very short, very brief. Hopefully just gives you a taste of how diverse and unique a lot of the properties are in the Cancun, Riviera, Maya area. My wife and I, Shekinah, would love to answer any questions you may have, get you any pricing. So again, good way to contact us is you can go directly to our website, email us through there. You can also Facebook. We like communicating through there as well. You can go to our Facebook page, Boomerang Tours and Travel. Drop us a line there, and we'd love to get you any additional information about the properties that I had the opportunity to see. And again, Mexico is pricing extremely well right now. It's never too early to start planning fall, winter, and even 2019 spring breaks. So thank you again for your time, and I hope you were able to, again, get an idea of what's out there and a little bit about the geography and makeup of this region of Mexico.